1:47 p.m. A North Korean assault on a South Korean island nearly sparked disaster, but a swift American response turned the tide in minutes. Baengnyeong Island, in the Yellow Sea, 8 miles from the North Korean coast, lay under broad daylight and clear skies. A small population of 5,000 civilians lived there, protected by only 200 South Korean troops. Suddenly, 40 North Korean landing vessels appeared on the horizon. Hundreds of soldiers, tanks, and artillery surged toward the island at full speed. This wasn't a training exercise, it was a deliberate invasion. Kim Jong Un's order was clear: capture Baengnyeong Island, raise the North Korean flag, hold it at all costs. His strategy seemed simple. The island was tiny, lightly defended, and close enough to North Korea that reinforcements might not arrive quickly. Yet he made 3 deadly miscalculations. First, 600 U.S. Marines were conducting drills just 12 miles away aboard the USS Wasp. Second, 4 F-35B Lightning jets were patrolling Korean waters overhead. Third, the U.S. doesn't allow allies to be overrun under its watch. What unfolded over the next 37 minutes would become the most intense marine combat operation since Fallujah. Baengnyeong Island is strategically crucial, 8 miles from North Korea, 40 miles from South Korea's mainland. It oversees shipping lanes, monitors North Korean naval activity, and hosts radar installations. North Korea has long claimed it as theirs, calling it stolen territory that must be recovered. Military experts have repeatedly warned that if Pyongyang tested American resolve, this tiny island would be the perfect target. Small, quickly conquerable, defensible with air support, and isolated enough that reinforcements would be delayed. At 12:30 p.m., 40 North Korean landing craft departed from the Angin Peninsula, each carrying 30 soldiers, totaling 200 troops, plus 8 amphibious tanks, artillery, and anti-aircraft systems. This was not a raid, it was a full-scale amphibious assault. By 1:15 p.m., South Korean radar had picked them up, multiple fast-moving contacts heading directly for Baengnyeong. The island's defenders went on high alert, fighter jets scrambled, naval units repositioned. But they were 35 miles out, with at least 20 minutes required to respond. By 1:35 p.m., the 200 South Korean troops on Baengnyeong manned their positions, facing 200 highly armed North Korean troops. At 1:42 p.m., South Korean command called the USS Wasp. North Korean amphibious assault in progress. Baengnyeong Island, 200 enemy troops. Request immediate assistance. Within 15 seconds, the response came: 600 Marines ready, 4 F-35s airborne, Ospreys launching, reinforcements inbound, hold your positions. At 1:47 p.m., North Korean landing craft reached the beaches. Soldiers poured out, tanks rolled ashore. The South Koreans opened fire with rifles, machine guns, and anti-tank weapons, but the sheer numbers favored the invaders. Within 10 minutes, North Korean forces had gained a foothold. By 1:55 p.m., the South Korean commander radioed urgently, "We cannot hold. Request immediate reinforcement." At 1:58 p.m., 16 MV-22 Ospreys lifted off from USS Wasp, each carrying 24 Marines with full combat gear. These were elite warriors from Marine Expeditionary Unit 31, trained for amphibious assaults on hostile forces. By 2:01 p.m., 8 H-1Z Viper attack helicopters joined, armed with Hellfire missiles, rockets, and 20 mm cannons. At 2:03 p.m., 4 F-35B jets took position overhead, providing air superiority and strike capability, the largest American aviation force in Korean waters since 1953. At 2:04 p.m., the F-35 struck first, targeting North Korean anti-aircraft positions with precision-guided bombs. By 2:06 p.m., the Vipers were overhead. They unleashed Hellfire missiles on North Korean amphibious tanks, destroying 8 in mere seconds. Rockets rained down, decimating troops caught on the open beach. Within 90 seconds, the landing zone became a kill zone. At 2:08 p.m., 16 Ospreys descended behind enemy lines, flanking positions and deploying 384 Marines in under 2 minutes. With aggression, discipline and precision, the Marines hit the North Koreans from the rear, while South Koreans counterattacked from the front. By 2:13 p.m., the invaders were trapped between two forces under constant air attack. By 2:16 p.m., Pyongyang heard the devastating reality over open channels. Air support prevented any North Korean response. By 2:19 p.m., North Korean forces attempted retreat, but the beach was under relentless attack. Landing craft destroyed, troops cut down, equipment lost. By 2:22 p.m., the North Korean commander broadcasted, "All units, cease fire, we surrender." By 2:24 p.m., after only 37 minutes, the invasion ended. Casualties: 700 North Korean soldiers killed or wounded, 500 captured. U.S. Marines, 8 wounded, 0 dead. South Koreans, 23 killed, 47 wounded. Baengnyeong Island was secure. North Korea's state media went silent, unable to spin a catastrophic defeat. The world watched via satellite imagery. The incident sent a clear message: any attack on U.S. allies triggers immediate, decisive response. The Marines had shown Pyongyang the harsh truth. Invading South Korean territory while U.S. forces are nearby is suicidal. Baengnyeong Island now stands heavily fortified, a symbol of deterrence and a reminder that 1:47 p.m. is the moment an attempted invasion was crushed in just 37 minutes. The aftermath of the battle left the strategic importance of Baengnyeong Island clearer than ever. By nightfall, U.S. Marines had secured every landing zone, cleared remaining pockets of resistance, and coordinated with South Korean forces to evacuate civilians to safety. What could have been a major international crisis turned into a textbook operation in precision, speed, and combined force coordination. News of the battle spread quickly among military analysts worldwide. They emphasized that the 37-minute defense was a demonstration of modern expeditionary warfare, mobility, firepower, and integrated air-ground tactics, winning against numerical superiority. Back in Pyongyang, the mood was tense. Intelligence reports indicated immediate emergency meetings at the highest level. Senior commanders argued over who was to blame, and Kim Jong Un faced the humiliating reality that a supposedly easy victory had become a catastrophic disaster. Plans that anticipated rapid control of Baengnyeong Island had failed spectacularly. According to intercepted communications, North Korean troops had been misled to believe the island was lightly defended and that U.S. forces would not intervene. Instead, they were met with overwhelming firepower, advanced air support, and elite marine forces, transforming their calculated assault into a decimation. This single battle reshaped military thinking across the region. Analysts noted that North Korea's capacity to project force beyond its borders, is extremely limited. While artillery barrages and missile launches can inflict destruction, seizing and holding territory against a well-supported enemy is nearly impossible. The logistics required for a successful amphibious invasion, air cover, naval support, sustained troop movement, were clearly beyond Pyongyang's capabilities. Baengnyeong Island had proven this limitation in the harshest terms possible. For South Korea, the battle reinforced the importance of rapid response coordination with U.S. forces. The success of the Marines in turning a near defeat into a decisive victory underscored the strength of the U.S.-South Korean alliance. The lesson was clear: any attack on allies is met with overwhelming force. Within hours, Japan reaffirmed its cooperation with U.S. forces, offering bases for future joint exercises, signaling that regional security remained firmly in the hands of combined defense agreements. The captured North Korean soldiers provided additional insights. They revealed that many believed the operation would take no more than 2 hours and that resistance would be minimal. The psychological blow to Pyongyang was immense. The expectation of triumph had turned into the reality of loss, capture, and public humiliation. Their loss is 700 dead or wounded, 500 prisoners, demonstrated the lethal effectiveness of modern rapid deployment tactics and the strategic advantage of forward-positioned forces. In the weeks following the failed invasion, North Korea's military posture shifted dramatically. Provocations slowed, naval maneuvers became less frequent, and no further island invasion exercises were observed. Kim Jong Un's leadership faced unprecedented scrutiny. The message from Baengnyeong Island was loud and unambiguous: attacking South Korea without accounting for U.S. and Allied forces is a gamble they cannot win. Today, Baengnyeong Island is fortified like never before. Thousands of South Korean troops rotate through the island, supplemented regularly by U.S. Marine units. Advanced radar, artillery, and air defense systems ensure that the island is no longer vulnerable to surprise attacks. The lessons of 147 p.m. remain etched in military doctrine. Speed, preparedness, and combined arms make all the difference. The Marines demonstrated that even in the face of overwhelming odds, training, coordination, and aggression can turn a potential disaster into a defining victory. The 37-minute battle is now studied in military academies around the world. It is a case study in rapid deployment, air-ground integration, and amphibious assault response. It proved that modern military forces, when properly positioned and trained, can neutralize superior numbers and prevent hostile powers from achieving strategic objectives. The world witnessed how a tiny island, a small garrison, and elite Marines together sent a powerful message to Pyongyang: you can threaten, but you will not conquer. And the broader lesson resonates far beyond the Yellow Sea. The situation on Baengnyeong Island is a stark reminder that alliances are real. Forward deployed forces matter, and any aggression against U.S. allies will trigger swift, decisive retaliation. The Marines' motto, always faithful, always ready, never defeated, was proven in those 37 minutes. Pyongyang's defeat was total, but the message was clear: if they ever try again, the world will see even greater force, coordination, and lethality deployed within minutes. Baengnyeong Island stands today as more than a small South Korean outpost. It is a symbol of deterrence, an unyielding defense, and a lesson in modern military might. The 1,200 North Korean troops who thought victory was inevitable now serve as a cautionary tale of overconfidence, underestimating alliances, and ignoring the power of rapid response forces. The Marines proved that while numbers may intimidate, strategy, technology, and resolve decide the battlefield.